High Admiral Zephrix of the Galactic Council trembled as she reviewed the latest intelligence reports from the Terran front. The holographic display flickered with devastating statistics that defied all known military doctrine. In the 3 months since humanity had joined the galactic war against the Void Syndicate, they had accomplished what seasoned civilizations couldn't achieve in decades. The problem wasn't their victory rate, it was how they achieved it. Admiral, her aide Kythera whispered, mandibles clicking nervously, the humans have deployed what they call regular infantry to Sigma-7. Our projection showed it would take a full battle fleet to retake that system. Zephrix's four eyes focused on the tactical readout. Sigma-7 had been a syndicate stronghold for 12 years, protected by gravitational minefields and quantum-encrypted defense grids. The Galactic Council had lost 4 expeditionary forces trying to breach its defenses. How many humans did they send? She asked, though she dreaded the answer. 2,000, Admiral. They called it a company-sized operation. The report detailed the impossible. Human soldiers had somehow bypassed the minefields by using their ship's engines in ways that violated 3 laws of physics. They had cracked quantum encryption through what their commander described as aggressive trial and error, which apparently involved deliberately triggering every defense system simultaneously and analyzing the feedback patterns in real time. Most disturbing was their casualty tolerance. When the Syndicate's automated plasma cannons had torn through their initial landing craft, the humans had simply continued. They treated 50% losses as acceptable parameters and pressed forward with what their field reports called standard operational tempo. Zephrix had seen the battle recordings. Human soldiers advancing through corridors where the very air burned with exotic radiation, their primitive polymer armor melting off their bodies, still coordinating complex tactical maneuvers via their crude electromagnetic communication systems. When their equipment failed, they improvised weapons from debris. When their weapons failed, they used their bare hands. There's more, Admiral, Kythera continued. Intelligence indicates these weren't even their elite units. According to intercepted transmissions, these soldiers complained about being assigned to boring garrison duty instead of real combat zones. A hologram shifted to display Earth's military structure. Zephrix studied the hierarchical organization with growing horror. The soldiers who had conquered Sigma-7 represented the baseline of human military capability. Above them stood specialized units, Marines, Rangers, Airborne, Special Operations Forces, and then, at the apex of their military pyramid, something that made Zephrix's carapace itch with primordial fear. Units so classified that even their names were redacted in captured documents. The humans have agreed to a joint operation, Kythera announced. They're sending what they call special forces to assist our assault on the Syndicate's core worlds. Zephrix's breathing apparatus cycled rapidly. The Council's most advanced civilizations had spent millennia developing quantum phase weapons, neutronium armor, and consciousness transfer technology. They approached warfare as a precise science, calculating optimal force ratios and acceptable loss percentages down to the 3rd decimal place. Humans, apparently, had developed warfare as an art form of controlled chaos. Their regular army had already rewritten galactic tactical doctrine simply by refusing to acknowledge when they were supposed to lose. They treated impossible odds as challenging objectives and catastrophic equipment failures as opportunities for creative problem-solving. If this was their baseline capability, what horrors awaited in their special forces? The transmission from Terra arrived 3 days later. Colonel Sarah Chen, the human liaison officer, appeared in the holographic communicator with a casualness that belied the destruction her species had wrought across 3 star systems. Admiral Zephrix, she said with what humans called a smile, an expression that somehow managed to convey both friendliness and predatory confidence. I wanted to personally brief you on our Special Forces deployment. How many are you sending? Zephrix managed. 12. The number hung in the recycled air like a curse. 12 humans to accomplish what the Council's combined fleets couldn't manage with 12 million soldiers. These operatives, Chen continued, specialize in what we call asymmetric warfare solutions. They've been briefed on Syndicate command structure and have requested to be inserted directly into their capital system. Zephrix's translator struggled with the human tactical terminology, but the implications were clear. While the Council had spent centuries trying to match the Syndicate's conventional military strength, humans had apparently decided to simply eliminate their leadership instead. Colonel, Zephrix said carefully, perhaps you could explain your tactical doctrine for our planning purposes? Shen's smile widened. Our Special Forces motto is improvise, adapt, overcome. But their unofficial motto is peace through superior firepower. They tend to interpret mission parameters creatively. The transmission ended, leaving Zephrix alone with reports that read like fever dreams. Human special operators who treated solo infiltration missions behind enemy lines as routine training exercises. Soldiers who measured their success not by survival rates, but by the magnitude of strategic objectives accomplished per unit deployed. As Zephrix prepared her own forces for the joint operation, she couldn't shake the feeling that the galaxy was about to witness something unprecedented. The Void Syndicate had terrorized civilizations for centuries with their advanced technology and ruthless efficiency. They had never encountered anything like humans. And if the humans' regular army had already fundamentally altered the balance of galactic power, their special forces were about to demonstrate why humanity's emergence had shifted from being the galaxy's newest opportunity to its most terrifying variable.